All right, we've got an action-packed video today. First of all, I wanted to mention that I saw on AliExpress they are making a miniature version of this where it is cut down to about this size. They have drilled a hole in it, and now you can carry your Leatherman adapter. So this part would be almost clear up to here on a keychain. So I plan to order that and review that in the future, but I wanted to go ahead and mention that to you right now, that that is now available if that's something you would be interested in. Also, I wanted to do an update on the HX Outdoor Multitool tactical version, because I have carried this for over a month, and actually I have some positive things to say about it. It actually did really good. I didn't really have any serious issues with it. It did an excellent job at work, and I really enjoy these tools because of this 1/4-inch bit adapter. That just really changes the whole dynamic, and also the pocket clip. I really like that. So this is the version where it has a lot more divots in the pliers to make it look more tactical. It does not have the replaceable cutters, which is a little bit disappointing, but I really didn't have to cut. I don't know if I had to cut anything, so that wasn't much of an issue. Again, the pocket clip is a huge plus. It does have some styling on the handles, which really didn't bother me or help me one way or the other. They were just interesting styling. On the outside, again, I ended up using the tools, the knife, the serrated knife mostly, and then also the regular knife. But I end up on these actually using the serrated blade quite a lot for opening boxes, cutting into insulation, all kinds of things. That really did a good job. The file, again, I didn't really use, or the saw. So neither of those really came in handy because I didn't use them much. I did find myself, I think, a time or two using the scissors, and they always work good. That is handy to have that in the handle as well. And then I also found myself using this screwdriver as well. There was a time when I needed to use a thicker screwdriver, so that came in handy as well, or a wider, I mean. And then the bit driver was the most used tool on this, and it did an excellent job. So all these right here did really good. So this tool right here performed just like the Multi-Force and all the other multi-tools. It does an excellent job, and it held up fine. I have so far not had any real issue. Now, a couple times it will be hard getting the pliers to fit perfectly when it's like this. They'll have that gap like so. Then you have to open it up and get it to fit right, but that's not really an issue. It's just you have to close it the right way. So happy to report that that worked very well. I think this is around $35, but it's an excellent multi-tool, and it really did a good job. Now, the next bit of news, I did recommend this multi-tool right here, and I did a short on it, on how I was disappointed. But I wanted to mention that this is the SwissTech version of the Saga baton, and this was sold on Walmart and has since disappeared, and probably due to its really poor design. So I guess I didn't realize how bad it was at the beginning. I thought you could sort of hold the handles here and it wouldn't be that much of an issue, but in certain circumstances the handle continues to fall down, and you cannot, if you're not careful, you can't really, it makes the pliers unusable. So I watched my 5-year-old, and he could not use these pliers because the handle kept falling down. He found it impossible to use, and he's used my other multi-tools, and I thought that's pretty sad. And I had a one day where I was trying to use them, and they were very frustrating to use because this always falls down and then it stops it from operating, closing. And so I really do not think this is a good design. So you can use it for the screwdriver, for the knife, and some of the other blades on here. I found these blades extremely hard to open. So these are really wedged in there, and some of these are fingernail rippers. They're just, and especially if you have the knife, you don't have it extended, they can be sort of hard to get out. It doesn't seem as bad right now. Maybe you have to use it a fair amount to loosen them up, but at the beginning I found them fairly hard to get out of the handle. So I am disappointed. Now, what I love about this is it has a ratcheting system, so that's really cool. But I think SOG, this originally was a SOG baton, and then SwissTech copied the design, I suppose, or maybe SOG allowed them to use it. I doubt it. But anyway, so this multi-tool right here has a lot of good features. It's just, unfortunately, the pliers, that's a failed design. So be aware of that. And if you didn't pick this up and you didn't get it, that's not a bad thing. I spent $70 on a pair of pliers that doesn't work. So a little bit unfortunate. All right, and then I did want to end up with mentioning the Swiss Army Knife Camping and Outdoor Survival Guide, Tips, Tricks, and Uses by Brian Lynch. This is on Amazon. And this has a lot of really unique things in it. Not only the history of some Victorinox knives, but it also has a lot of things that you can do with your knife. So it has a rundown of the tools and implements of some of the most popular Victorinox knives. And then in the back, it has how to clean, how to sharpen the scissors, and then different implements. And then it does also have different things you can make, like this fork and spoon with your Victorinox, and it gives you suggestions and tips how to use your Victorinox and essentially survive in the wild with it to some extent. So I really thought this was a great idea, a really cool book. There's not many books on multi-tools, and this is one of the few that's on multi-tools, so I really recommend it. I think it's like $10. I'll try to put a link below, but it is a pretty cheap book, and it has a lot of really unique information. So I highly recommend this book. I think it's a really good book to get. That is the Swiss Army Knife Camping and Outdoor Survival Guide. Well, that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video.